Everyone, and welcome to the ATM bank machine JavaScript project. We are going to take a look in this first video about an overview of how it's supposed to work and how you'd go about getting started, and then after that I'll take you step by step through it. In case you don't know, an ATM, or an automatic telling machine, is a bank machine that will allow you to check your balance with your debit card, or to deposit money or withdraw money. So I'm sure most of us have used one of these before, but in case you don't know, that's the basic functionality of one of these machines. I'm going to go ahead and kind of scroll through the code right now so you can see that it takes about 100 lines of code. So this will be the most advanced project that you've coded yet, but don't stress out about it because it's all right here. And you just have to be careful about what you type, and I think you're going to understand a lot of this as you type it. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. A couple things first: just make sure that you save a lot. Make sure that you save as after every video, and also when you try, most importantly before you try experimental stuff, also make sure you're logged in. I'm still having some students that aren't logging in to tinker first, and then they lose all their work at the end of class. So those are kind of the tips. This is not Google Docs. It does not it does autosave, but its autosave isn't perfect. So go ahead and press that save so you get the green and you know that you are all set to go before you exit class. Okay, so all I'm going to do to start with is go ahead and press play on this, and we're going to see what it does. It pops up a box saying, "Welcome to the ATM. Please insert your card now." So I'm doing most of these through alerts that just kind of pop up on the website, rather than things that you're going to see happen over here. This box is going to do most of the work for us in this project. So we put in our debit card and ask for our PIN. You can see over here, if you take a look, that I've given a current PIN of 1234. Terrible PIN, don't use it in real life. But for the sake of this project, that's what it's going to be. You can make it whatever you want, any 4-digit number. So if I enter the wrong PIN, like 1235, it should say invalid PIN, please try again. Then I can go ahead and put in the right PIN, 1234, and you can see that it brings me to another menu. That menu is giving me the different features that I have right now. So I can type 1 to check the balance, 2 to deposit, 3 to withdraw, or 4 to exit the ATM and get my card back. So I'm going to go ahead and check my balance. Sadly, my balance is $0, but that brings me back to the main menu when I press enter. And this time I'm going to deposit money into my account. I'm going to deposit $500. Okay, your balance is $500. If I press 1, it's going to tell me my balance is $500. So far, so good. Now I'm going to go into option 3, which is taking money out, the withdrawal option. What happens if I try to take out $600 when I put in $500? Oh, it's going to tell me I have insufficient funds. We're going to have that there's no overdraft protection or anything, so it doesn't let you take out money that you don't have. Okay, well, what happens if I try to withdraw? Let's do withdraw again. Let's do 300, and now my balance is 200, and that makes sense. Okay, so I'm done with the bank machine. I'm basically going to type 4 to exit the ATM. This is the only time that you see anything show up on this side, and that's just a nice little visual there. The rest of it's all going to happen in those text boxes that pop up, and then eventually that will time out at the end, and that will go away, and your program is over. So yeah, it takes 100 lines of code roughly to just make that happen, to simulate what a bank machine does. I'm going to end this first video just by saying that since you guys have already done the penny a day project, if we just take a look at the first 10 lines of code, okay, that should look very familiar to you. It's basically the exact same text that you would have used on the penny a day project. So when you go ahead and set this up, you're going to want to just probably copy and paste and then change a few items. So when I pick up in video 2, it's going to be probably after you see that. Again, so if we just kind of start a new project here in JavaScript, maybe before I even start the new project, maybe I'm going to go into the penny a day project, and maybe I'm going to go ahead and copy that code. Okay, so here's the code I'm talking about. This one also had the centering features in it, so you might not have any of this stuff, and if you don't, it's okay. But you'll definitely have this stuff down here if you did the last project. So everything before the script, that was 23 lines. We can center the other one too if we want to. I'm going to go ahead and copy that first so that it gives me the start of my project. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a new project. So JavaScript again. This is our last JavaScript project of the year. Then we're going to take a look at Python next. I'm going to do a blank JavaScript project. And I'm just going to call this step by step ATM. And I'm going to go ahead and take this text that's already here. And I'm going to paste it. Actually, let me just push that down a little bit. I want to make sure that I got the bottom tags right. So when I paste that in, I've got all that. That's great. The only things that I would need to leave from what's already there is I would need to leave the closing of the body and the closing of the HTML at the bottom. So I'm just going to take those right there and I'm going to throw those off. Okay. And that's how you would get started with this project, is just by copying and pasting your existing one into that. You can go ahead and press play and see what that's looking like. And you should have what you started with for the other project. And now really all you're doing is you're changing this to ATM. You could say like the ATM here. And you're also changing the source of the picture. So just like in the previous tutorial, how to find the image link and change that to something other than that. But basically then you're set to go with video number 2 once you've copied and pasted your text from the penny a day into your bank machine. So thanks for watching the first video. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what's coming up. And in video 2, we're going to start with the actual coding of the machine itself. There's the HTML part. We will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.